Welcome again, guys, to another episode of the Big Brothers of Destruction podcast. It's the Masaku.
It's your boy, Swag Switch in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are back with another episode where today we're going to talk about wrestling's biggest fumbles, man. We're talking about those people that they had everything: charisma, wrestling capability. They had characters. They had everything that you ideally would see in your style of wrestler. And me and Swag have actually had conversations before, like what kind of characters we enjoy. Swag loves your monsters, such as Kane. I like very charismatic individuals like Stone Cold. But we're talking about, again, those characters that had that moment that could have been something, but just WWE just fumbled the bag, okay? And I don't know if you want to also add to the addition, it could be a part where not just WWE fumbled the bag, but the actual wrestler themselves fumbled the bag too.
Oh, yeah, that is because it goes both ways. Sometimes it's the wrestler who fumbles, sometimes it's the company that fumbles them. And it's actually kind of funny how before everything ended up going down, we picked this topic for this week. And when it comes to what's been going on in the wild world of wrestling, this literally, it goes hand in hand with the shenanigans that has gone on this week. And there's a lot of interesting bits that I'm like, I know how I feel about them, but I'm curious to see where you come from. So to go ahead and just get into it, I got it. Because this is like the fire topic across the situations.
So it's like a wild world of wrestling kind of situation.
Yes.
Okay, however, so that way the audience knows.
Yeah. Well, wild world of wrestling. However, interestingly enough, like I would almost say that everything relates to the idea of who fumbled what. Because though before this week started, we picked this topic. Fam, that's been like the subject of this week, just fumbling all across. All right, it ain't just WWE, it's AEW. I think the only people who really ain't fumbling anything at this very moment is TNA and kind of NXT, but TNA, they're on fire and they are doing things the way you should leading up to your WrestleMania of events, which actually happens tonight. And I'm going to make sure that I watch Slammiversary because man, oh man. And so, but getting into it, I gotta know, how do you feel about this Goldberg madness, bro? Where do you stand?
Okay, are you talking about how he's mad about how
talking about the whole thing from start to finish?
Oh, okay. But I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, but it is mainly the fact of like, because he had it. I'm sure we both can agree. His last match was good.
Yes.
And so, but then afterwards, he goes on that one podcast and he says he's not bitching, but he bitching.
But he's always bitched. Like, no matter what, he's always bitched about, because in Goldberg's eyes, he wanted to be the superhero for kids. He wanted to be like, kids can look at him and think, basically he wanted to be Cena. He literally wanted to be Cena, but he couldn't, because with the level of aggression and stuff that you present, you don't really talk. You're just, who's next? That's it. Like, that's your character. There's nothing really to build on. And the fact is, if a kid can see you and says, I want to be as strong as Goldberg, that's it. You don't have any values. You don't have any principles. You don't present anything that makes you a character for somebody like Hulk Hogan, where he says, eat your vegetables, take your vitamins, brother. Like, doing that, you didn't do that. You were just go in the ring, spear, jackhammer, who's next? Nobody can get behind that completely, besides we have a monster of a character who just destroys. And that's what you were. You can't bitch about not being that hero or not getting that hero send-off, because you weren't that.
So So in a nutshell, you're saying the fact that Goldberg was asking for something that he, to a certain degree, I won't say he didn't deserve, but like it just wasn't in the books for him.
Basically, it was not something that I won't say deserved, but it just wouldn't match with what he's done. What he has done in
He
this
doesn't have
industry.
the he doesn't have the substance, He wasn't
Exactly.
Sting.
No, absolutely. And he wants to be that. He wanted to be this larger than life character, which he was. He very much was. He was very much a polarizing character who had this streak that anytime you heard that music, which I still listen to in the gym this day, and whenever I hear it, I get amped the fuck up and I start lifting harder and it's something about it. But that's again the presence that was Goldberg. Goldberg was that character. He was arrive, wreck everything, leave. That was him. The Roman Reigns shirt, that was him. So when you heard that song, it was like, oh, somebody's about to die. Somebody's about to get murdered. And that was it.
Someone I heard on one of the podcasts, I want to say it might have been Wrestle Talk when I was watching. They said the way that they described Goldberg is an aura.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like Goldberg is an aura and a presence. And it's like when you think about it and you look at his career and whatnot, it's like he did amazing things for WCW and he kind of sort of made WCW be important. But it's like outside of his like undefeated streak, it's like it's not like Goldberg cut amazing, memorable promos. It's like it's not like Goldberg, transcended past WCW.
Nope.
Or anything. I mean, in the outside of wrestling, one could say he's done some really cool things for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He used to have that whole car.
Yeah, he's more known for his cars. Yeah.
So it's like there's things that he has done, but it's like outside of what he did in WCW, Goldberg don't got much after that.
Nope.
Unlike Sting, Sting, because of how long he was in WCW, like Sting has gone through 1,000 different characters. And every single one of those characters he made special and all this other stuff. And then he did go to WWE. And going along with the subject, they definitely fumbled the bag with Sting in WWE. But prior to that, when he was TNA, Sting and TNA is what I know Sting by, because I didn't watch WCW. Same. So TNA Sting, if Sting is any as good as what he was in TNA and then prior, then Sting deserves everything that he got. And I feel like what Goldberg did, he saw the send-off. The legendary send-off that was Sting. Because at this point, I could almost say that I feel like Sting is probably the model for the perfect retirement.
Yeah. Wait, AEW wise or WWE wise? Because I'm like, AEW wise, bro. Yes. Okay.
Period. Like,
okay.
Let me put it this way. John Cena is trying to do what Sting did, and it's failing. That's another fumble of the bag, bro.
No. What I'm saying is, like, we haven't got into the last couple of weeks left, because I mean, like, yeah, the whole run right now is not as great as we want it to be. But what I'm saying is, wait until you get to those last two tapings or last two appearances, and then it starts to sink in.
I'm gonna hold you to it. But comparably speaking, Sting had a better last hurrah, had a better last year than what John Cena has had. And in that last year, Sting consistently was wrestling.
Yes.
John Cena ain't doing shit.
Okay, now I see where you cooking.
He is showing his face, and he's getting a quick crossroads. John Cena, outside of his matches, comparatively speaking, I would say Sting's last run versus John Cena's last run that we're going through right now. Sting, being an older person, has taken triple, maybe quadruple the amount of bumps than what John Cena has done. You know what I'm
saying? Well, that is also what makes him the icon.
You're correct.
Absolutely. That is what makes him the icon.
But so, going all the way back to with Goldberg here, because we could sit here and glaze Sting all day if we really wanted to.
Hey, it's
crazy. Like, don't even. But when it comes to Goldberg right now, do you feel that when it comes to everything that's happened, do you feel that Goldberg is being a bitch, or do you feel that he is justified for how he feels?
No, he's being a bitch. I can be straight up with that. He is being a fucking because, like, I will say that interview he did with Michael Cole, that lit a fire in me, because he was like, you know, it's like basically being human for a second and not being just Goldberg, and being like, yo, you violated me in front of my family. I might kill this man in this ring. Like, kayfabe aside, I might actually fuck him up. And then being like, yo, so what if you get the title? I guess we'll see what happens when I get there. It's not like I'm gonna go on another run. It's just like, nigga, I don't even care about that right now. I need to get my get back. And that, about that moment, was like, ooh, Goldberg kind of spitting in a promo for once. Hold up, like, maybe this match might be good. And again, the match was good. The match was good. I will say that photo of him getting slapped in the chest and him like him taking it like, that shit is funny as fuck. I don't know if you seen that shit. It's just straight boom through palm.
And then he starts laughing afterwards.
No. There's a photo of him like genuinely smiling, like how Nikki Cross was when she was getting choked out. It's like like that.
Oh, I have to see that. I have to see that.
I think I posted it.
I've only seen the video clips where it's like, you know, he gets chopped and he just kind of like laughs it off. I have seen one photo where it's the chop and it's the point of impact, and you just see the indentation and the ripple effect on his chest.
Yeah,
and him like stone face just taking it. But
I could have sworn I posted it, but I guess
so. When it comes to Goldberg right now, because you say he's being a bitch, there's only the only thing that I can agree with now. Of course, he did say in 2 more weeks he's going to, I guess, spill the beans, but like with how everything is presented and what I've heard, right? It's like, to me, it almost sounds like, outside the fact that, sure, they cut his promo when it was on live TV, okay?
Which was, again, on live TV, not pay-per-view, so.
But at the end of the day, though, they immediately posted his promo on YouTube, which, for all intents and purposes, more people are going to see it on YouTube than they were going to see it on live TV.
But here's the thing, he's an old guy. You know, he wants to get the TV part, but go ahead.
But I was going to say the fact that, like, you know, I do believe I heard the statistics that WWE is like the second largest viewed YouTube channel in like the world or something like that. Okay. So that many people did see his thing. They just didn't see it live. But like, I can understand him being a little disappointed, and I would put that as, you know, that was WWE's fault. They didn't time manage properly. But the other stuff that he's complaining about, talking about how, you know, that it's like, I don't understand. Like, there's a part of me, I'm like, I don't get why you're complaining, because they still gave you a great send off.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't do it on a PLE, but they did it in your hometown. You literally got to do that and go home. You drove home type thing. Like they got almost all of your friends there. And in that interview, he was complaining about the fact that there were other people who he wanted to be there, but because they waited 3 weeks before the event to send the invites out for his people to show up, there were people who he wanted to be there that couldn't be there. However, I do believe later on in the interview, he said he had like 90 guests. So I'm like, so you're complaining that there were some people who couldn't be there, but you had 90 people in the audience and backstage with you for your. All right,
okay, bro. That means also now, if these people were sitting front row, that means there was 90 tickets that WWE lost for you. That's knowing how much these tickets cost. That could have been up to God knows how much money. Like maybe 12,000, if not at least 15.
And he was complaining about the build towards it. Like they didn't give him a lot, that he didn't feel like there was enough time towards the building of this type situation. And it's just all like, but it's like, I feel as if he is only slightly justified in being upset. But at the same time, I also feel like he was trying to reach for something that he was absolutely not going to.
That nigga wanted pyro blowing up at the end of his speech. He wanted to be able to put his arms up and all.
And I think the worst part was he did the thing where he's all like, WWE wouldn't have did that for Triple H. WWE wouldn't have did that for Undertaker. And I'm like,
but you're not them.
Not only are you not them, but actually you did get better. Undertaker's last match was a pre-recorded cinematic fight against AJ Styles in front of nobody but a camera crew during the pandemic. Triple H's last match,
I could have sworn he had another one. I think he could have sworn he had another one after that.
He showed up to help Cody Rhodes win the title.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
But like Undertaker has not had, ever since the pandemic, that was his last match when he rode off into the night.
Yeah.
On the motorcycle. Yeah, that was his retirement match for all intents and purposes.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get no Goldberg send off. He definitely didn't get no Sting send off. Triple H, sure, they did give Triple H the bells and whistles when he got put into the Hall of Fame, but like aside
he
from
never
that,
he didn't get no big send off. He even retired like not even on air. Like he put his boots in the ring. Like what was the pre-show?
I don't even remember when that was.
So it was a WrestleMania. I think it was a WrestleMania or something like that, where he came out there and says, "Are you ready?" He does or whatever, and then there is a clip of him. Like his boots are in the ring.
Oh, you have to show me that because I ain't seen that.
I got you.
Because like when it comes to Triple H, I just know that he had to whether if he was quietly retiring or not. Like when Triple H got hella sick, because like the last match Triple H had was ass, and that was him and Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker and Kane at Saudi Arabia. That was
I got the image right here.
That is Triple H's last legacy of a match. So it's like, that's no way. His last match was a botch fest. Okay. And then he didn't get no fantastic, send off later on. And now he definitely can't have no last match because he's literally got a pacemaker in his chest.
Basically.
And so it's like, I don't understand why Goldberg's bitching about that. Cause sure, it's not Sting, but it's pretty darn decent.
Actually, I got you better too. Sorry. I got you better. I got it. It's WrestleMania 38. Sent you the photo on Discord and I sent the video on the Messenger. So you have all viewing points of seeing that. But yeah, that's when he officially retired. But go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I mean, well, that's good. But even then, it's not like Triple H got to have his one last match like Goldberg did.
Nope.
And there's not a lot of wrestlers who has been able to, outside of Sting, I can't think of anyone else who had like that kind of presentation on their way out. And then like after the match, they got to have their family and friends join them in the ring and all this other stuff. So it's like, it's what I'll say is like Goldberg out here thinking himself as a VIP player in all of this other stuff when like, I mean, we'll let you in the club at discount, but I don't know about VIP. But yeah,
I'm actually trying to think. I'm actually trying to think who has had a final match. Even Sabu didn't even have a final match sent off like that. That match, that last match, that wasn't even his last match.
No.
He said that wasn't his last match. He said he was going to do another one. Even though to us, that was his last match.
Yes. Unbeknownst to him, his body said, I'm tapping out. But like, yeah, it's like there are some people online, majority of the people online are saying that Goldberg needs to get over himself.
Yes.
Very, very few I've seen are actually on Goldberg's side on this. And it's like, but like I myself, I'm not on Goldberg's side. I can understand why he's upset, but like at the same time, like Goldberg, come on, bro. Like, at least you got to retire on your own terms.
Stop being a bitch.
Honestly. So
that's what I'm gonna keep it at, yeah.
So outside of that, going into the WWE stuff here, right? Freaking shout out to WWE doing kind of like a paying that homage to the Amazing Evolution show where like most of the matches on that Raw were female matches and stuff like that.
Yep.
Freaking really nice fights. Freaking I'm not feeling I mean, I guess it is what it is, but like 3-way match, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io for the belt. I'm like, I guess. Now, Lyra versus fam. I know in the very beginning of all this, I was kind of critical about the whole Lyra losing the title and her going up against Becky Lynch and this and the other. However, I have to admit, this whole shindig going on with Lyra right now has been spot on. It's been great. I still don't like Becky having the belt.
No.
You can sit back.
What do you mean? No. What do you mean? What do you mean about this thing with Lyra? What's going on?
Listen, I would say, even though I feel as if, like, I mean, sure, Becky having the belt and then making Lyra chase Becky Lynch for it and all this other stuff, even though, like, Lyra beat her, like, twice prior going into all of this, but then, like, when they added Bailey to it,
yeah,
it added some extra spice to it, and that I appreciate. But like this build that they've been kind of doing and how they've been, this whole process has made Lyra look like a fucking star. Okay. I don't know what you're trying to get. What you trying to make me be like, you know what? They was right to give give Becky Lynch the belt. Becky has made this and so much better. Hell no, I ain't gonna give that bullshit.
Fuck you, bro. You gotta admit, because because if it wasn't the case, if it was the opposite way around and Lyra had the belt, okay, it would not be as spicy. Okay, let's give it some credit. Give credit where credit is due.
I will give credit to the fact that Becky Lynch having the belt and making Lyra chase it has definitely made this whole thing for Lyra very good. But just because Lyra chasing Becky for this belt has been good doesn't mean that I wanted it to be Becky that's chasing for we could have had a completely other program. We could have had somebody else. Hell, we could have had Becky. In the banger of matches,
you just a Becky hater.
Listen, I've never liked Becky Lynch like that.
God damn!
Like, I'm not. Listen, no. Like, there were better options. Becky is the weakest horsewoman. She just got lucky, and she rode off.
No.
Oh!
We're not gonna go back to this conversation.
Oh, is it because? Well, I'm like, who's the weakest horsewoman to you?
Unfortunately,
say it's Charlotte and give me a reason.
No, it's not Charlotte. It's not Charlotte. Absolutely not Charlotte.
Of course, it's absolutely
exactly. It's absolutely not Charlotte. Sadly, because WWE hasn't done enough with her, it's Bayley to me, because they haven't done the right things with her. If she was given a good story, a good character, like all that kind of stuff, and had better title reigns, yes, I would say Bayley would be number 3. But because WWE only pushed,
the only reason why is because Becky stole that spotlight from her.
She didn't steal it. It was given because she got hit in the face and had that moment, and WWE just said, "Hey, she's red hot." But bruh.
I mean, I guess you could say it was given to her by Nia Jax.
Oh yeah, I still got to make that video, but we hurt people.
But aside from all of that, Lyra and goddamn Bayley, that 2 out of 3 falls match, that shit was delicious, absolutely delicious, and Lyra came out on top with that one. However, I'm wondering what is going to come of Bayley after all that, because like now she's because once again, at the expense of Becky Lynch, Bayley is being tossed to the side.
And therefore why I say she's the weaker one, because they just don't know what to do with her.
That they don't. She's not the. See, this is what we call a fumble right there. Okay, that's the.
You fumble. Are right. You are right.
It's not Bayley's fault that they're fumbling her.
Not at all.
It's not her fault that WWE does not know what to do with her.
Absolutely.
But this is that same situation going into the Eva Marie thing. Just because they don't know what to do with her does not make it Bayley's fault. It does not make Bayley any less better than what Becky than she already is. With that being said, tail end of Raw, goddamn boy. Seth Rollins' team, in the way that they are pushing Braun Breaker to the freaking moon right now,
yes,
it's all right. I won't say it's phenomenal, but I enjoy it. Also, shout out to AJ Styles being his goofy ass self leading up to this match with Dom.
You talking about watching him pray?
It's like, dear Lord, make sure that he is. I'm like, wow. And then for Dominic to also start praying back, being like, Jesus, just like, Lord, let them not let me be cleared to wrestle. I'm like, damn, that's what we're doing.
Yup. Yeah. But I mean, Dom is a very good comedy wrestler, but he's also a shit grinning heel. You know?
Oh yeah, he's Dom is doing his job. And this match, when it obviously happens, it's
he will lose.
It's gonna be legit. It's gonna be good.
He will lose that time.
I don't know. I would prefer for Dom to lose the title, but like I don't think they're gonna give that to AJ.
I feel like the way they're building it, AJ, if AJ wins, it's gonna be by disqualification, and he's gonna beat down, Dom, and it's gonna create another match where the stipulation is something that bars Judgment Day from the ring, and that maybe is when he gets the belt. But like, I really don't want Dom to lose the title right now.
I don't think he will. And plus, there's been some whispers that they're about to have AJ Styles do some things at TNA.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually very heavily thought that tonight, being the night of pretty much they're thinking that he's going to show up at Slammiversary.
Which hurts my heart because we have a dear friend who's no longer with us. Who, man, that would have been everything to him.
Oh, AJ Styles showing back up at TNA.
That would have been everything. That would have been.
Listen, it's funny. Like there's a lot of things that are happening in wrestling right now that like freaking when we consider like whose guy is whose, like his people are up right now.
Except Jericho.
But Jericho, he posted a photo. He out here looking like he about to do it again. So he's probably on his way back.
That photo.
Oh yeah, he out here got the old man 6-pack and everything. But yeah, like with Hangman Adam Page being champion because Hangman was his dude. And so, but yeah, the gauntlet happened. We're not talking about whether or not if Seth Rollins is actually injured or not, if this is an angle or if it's a work or if
that's why we're wearing the Seth Rollins shirts, to support homie, you know what I'm saying?
Sure, that's why we're wearing them.
Don't take it away, my guy.
we'll let that ride. But of course, after Braun Breaker does all of the work, CM Punk comes out there, takes the dub, and now, as predicted, CM Punk's gonna go and fight Gunther. They already had this set up from the jump when CM Punk pushed Gunther and all this other stuff a while back, and so it's like as business as per usual. But the question is, the hell are we going to do with OTC 1?
Yo, yeah, a lot of people are saying apparently that was a dumbass idea of a shirt.
I don't even understand what that means. Got it.
Like he's
moving on.
Yeah, I don't know what fucking means either. Like
OTC 1?
I'm the original OTC. I'm the one OTC. Like
he is, but that's what OTC means, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So like maybe he thought maybe he thought and one. Like and one basketball.
AEW, right?
This nigga.
They
he asked a question.
We're just gonna. He gave a stupid answer, but
he gave a stupid shirt. So like,
you're right, but I'm anyway out here on your suffering succotash shit right now. AEW, man. So I have to ask you on this. How did you feel about Dynamite? Like overall, like how did you feel about that episode of Dynamite?
I mean, Hangman getting his moment was good. It was for like, how I suppose like the Raw after Mania is normally like that's the go-to episode. This didn't feel like that. This felt very chill. Like, oh, this is another episode of AEW.
Okay. That's what I wanted to confirm. Cause so at first, and I think I've realized why. But at first, I watched that episode of AEW and I thought it was relatively good. And then I went online and bro, people are taking big dumps on AEW for that episode of Dynamite. Bro.
What was wrong with it?
So there's a couple of things that people are saying. Number one, exactly what you said. And that's the fact that this was coming off of your WrestleMania, and us being wrestling watchers, the Raw after WrestleMania is supposed to be the biggest Raw, and the Raw that's supposed to set the tone for the rest of the year type thing. And in hindsight, AEW didn't do that. It's supposed to be the night where you plant seeds for the next couple of rivalries that are going to come up, and and begin your builds and whatnot. And like the only thing that they really planted was Edge is going to be going after FTR and a little touch on the Christian stuff. Obviously, Tony Storm and Athena are about to have their back and forth.
Which Athena needs to win the belt.
And they kind of, sort of, I guess, are teasing a little bit that Swerve and Okada are probably going to be fighting now.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
But it's like, but after everything that happened at that pay-per-view, that's really it. Like, and even then, they weren't like big boom. That's what's definitely about to happen, and boom, this is the direction that they're going. And it's like, because I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was entertaining. Obviously, I can't judge them on great matches because that's just default for them.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started hearing it being broken down, and it's the fact, like, you know, they just, because the other thing that people are really dogging on them about is the fact that, so you have AEW, they just sold out. Well, they didn't sell out, but they just put up, you know, like 30,000, however many people at that baseball stadium, right? And for them to have their big WrestleMania and then literally have a wrestling show on their next night in what's practically a fucking bingo hall that holds like 900 people, it's like that, it doesn't look that good. Like, it's like, why would you do that? Like, if you had your WrestleMania, it would make more sense to have at least like a freaking regular arena full of people, because that should be like one of your big selling shows, and that's when you push everything that you want to push to set the stage for the rest of this year, kind of going forward. And they didn't do that. Instead, they're at this really cool looking ballroom, but like they have like barely 1,000+ people in there. I think they said like 1,100 and something people fit that building.
So to kind of answer this question, right? I kind of want to just talk to wrestling fans in general. For us to create standards for one product to another product, we already have fans who are complaining that either AEW is trying to be WWE or WWE is trying to be AEW. Why can't they be their own separate promotions? We never did this with TNA. TNA, yes, used to take older talent, but we never compared the two. We knew, okay, you got your storytelling from WWE and you got Impact Wrestling over here, right? TNA has never done a Raw or, like, you know, Impact after Slammiversary thing where it sets all that stuff. They never really did that, and nobody's ever complained. But for some reason, AEW is such the secondary competition when TNA has also been the secondary competition at one point. They never did that. Nobody. I don't think anybody complained then. But like, why are we setting that standard with AEW now? AEW is not WWE. It will never be WWE. So for you to set the standard that, okay, after All In, there has to be the Dynamite after All In, and it has to, the big name players need to come back to this and that. Like, you're setting a standard, you're putting people in a box, right? We understand the product of AEW is wrestling. That's why they always say this is the home of professional wrestling, right? WWE champions being sports entertainment. The reason why we look forward to the Raw after Mania is because it's fucking entertainment. It is literally what it is. It is that entertaining moment of who's going to pop up, who's going to do this, what's going to happen here. You have to watch it. Wrestling, WWE has always been you have to watch it. AEW is you watch it out of the enjoyment of pure wrestling, right? So I feel like hearing that, you are putting AEW in a box that is not right. They will never be WWE. They will never. the second best because, you know, they have certain people from, you know, all over the world that we would love to see in a promotion. It's always been Tony Khan wanted to create his own New Japan. AEW is American New Japan. That is literally it. That's my sense on it.
And honestly, even though there are slight bits that I'm like, I slightly don't agree, but honestly, you're right. Even though there's the small bits that I don't agree, because like I personally do feel that like after you've had like that big show kind of thing, like you should have a what's the word I'm looking for? Like after you've had that big show, the show that follows up with it should be good. And because like, you know, WrestleMania is like the end of is like season finale. And then the next show after your WrestleMania show is like your, all right, we're in the new season. So how's the new season going to start panning up type situation. And I do feel as far as what Dynamite did, I feel as if it did the job, but I also think it did not do it as strong of a job as what I feel the rest of the wrestling world is preconditioned to.
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like, so I do agree with you on the fact that like, yeah, we gotta stop putting AEW in that box, because I feel as if AEW also has to stop putting themselves in that box. And I hope that they are working their way towards it, because it's like the sooner that they just stop trying to WWE and they just do what they want, do what they do, I think they will be better for it. However, I also feel that if they want, it's almost like it's like what you and me were talking about when it comes to social media the other day. It's like, we don't want to sell our souls to the social media gods so that they, put us in the algorithm. However, we have to at least appease them just a little bit to get people to look at what we want and then realize, oh, this is good. And I'm hoping moving forward that's what they try, or they do a little bit more. Because then when it comes to Collision, this episode of Collision was like a night and day change from other Collision episodes. Because usually Collision is like just a bunch of really good wrestling.
I mean, they hung Colt Cabana.
Bro. It was like, and what's funny about that is like they hung him and then the Death Riders just left. They didn't say shit. I was just like I literally went back to watch it. I'm like, wait a second, why did they do that? No, they just fucking did it. They just fucking did
and that's what I love about, like, as much as everybody hates the Death Riders, I am that kind of person. I just do shit because I fucking want to. Who's gonna stop me? They are Jacob Fatu in that nature of like, so who's gonna stop me?
But like Collision, I would say that like, so personally thinking, I think Collision did what everyone wanted Dynamite to do.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like if they would have had Collision on Dynamite and then did what they did on Dynamite on Collision, then people probably wouldn't be talking all this craziness. But like, we start off with Dustin coming out there, cutting that promo, and then resetting up everything with Kyle Fletcher and the Don Callis family. That was great. Freaking Megan Bayne had a banger of a fucking match, as per usual.
Yeah, what? Yeah, that's normal. That's normal.
Freaking then, of course, as you said, Jon Moxley and the Death Riders jumped Colt Cabana because they're just pissed off. Just fucking because. And then we had even more interaction with Toni Storm and Athena. And I'm like, fam, what is this Collision right now?
It was
And then
remember it was the CM Punk show. That's why.
I mean, that's true.
And CM Punk would be the Raw show.
But like they killed this collision. Like this collision, I'm actually interested to see what people have to complain about when it comes to this collision. Because I thought this collision was good. I thought both episodes were good.
It wasn't the Dynamite after Mania. That's what
honestly that's really what it boils down to. Which I'm like, I agree to an extent, because like after I watched the Dynamite, I was like, damn, that was a good episode. And then I heard everyone talking all this shit. I'm like, damn, do I have rose-colored glasses on? Am I just preconditioned to like mediocre stuff compared to speaking?
Damn, like, you're not about to say that shit was mediocre. That's crazy.
And I wasn't. But everyone else made it sound like and what was it? I think one of the podcasters I watched, his name is JD. Freaking he had his friend whose name is Jesse. Funny enough, black guy. And when they were talking about that Dynamite, Jesse made the statement of saying that the wrestling was great on this episode. And JD was like, who gives a shit?
Damn. Nah.
Who cares? Who cares about the wrestling like that? Like
that's what we're watching it for, sir.
And then his rebuttal to that would have been, where's the fucking story?
Again, you're so used to the WWE product and the story that you can't even enjoy wrestling anymore.
It's and that's the thing that I feel is like, and that is the hill that AEW has to fight. And it's one of those things where if they want to get anywhere, they are going to need to lean more story in. But then
I personally disagree, because we watch different products for a fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, because think about it. If you truly watched every single product and said, hey, everything has to be the same, then why is there tribalism? There's no reason for tribalism then, if every product is supposed to be the same.
But it's the whole social media talk that we had. Because AEW is missing those social media beats, the flashing lights with the transitions and all these other things. What's the word I'm looking for? Statistically speaking, no one's watching and no one cares. And that's why I said the fact that I don't want them to go full stories and lose what their wrestling is. But they gotta lean.
You want some substance. Yeah, just a little bit.
They need to lean into it. Because if they could just lean into it some more, kind of thing, if they can give me a reason why these guys are fighting in an 8-man tag team match, besides the fact that you just have a bunch of wrestlers on your roster and this is how you pay them, by having them out there and at least have a little bit of a match, even though it's with 10 different niggas, like, it's like, okay, sure. But like, for example, with the Shibata versus the Bull, okay?
Yeah.
At first, I'm like, why is this match happening? The match was great. These two motherfuckers slapped the piss out of each other. Like, if I was a wrestler, I'm starting to think like Undertaker. Like, nigga, if you chopped me 3 times, then after the 3rd chop, I'm hitting you in the face and we're moving on. Cause fuck.
So like, I think to kind of get into that now, because when I say that AEW is New Japan, right? A lot of times when you watched Wrestle Kingdom, did you know the story of those matches?
No, not at all.
And they were still good fucking matches, right?
Yes, they were. So, however, to that beat though, because there is no story to those matches, it's why we have not talked about anything
New
New
Japan.
Japan.
You're right, but
Because
also we're not watching New Japan's product like that.
Well, this is true, but like because just like with certain beats and certain things, if I heard that, oh, there's this whole situation going on where Zack Sabre Jr. is, doing da da da, and and broke into the homie's house and cut this promo and cut that promo, then I might tune in a little sooner, or I would have at least looked at it to see what the fuck people are talking about. But when it comes to New Japan, I only hear stuff about New Japan after it's all happened.
Okay, so then that proves my point. You're in it for the sports entertainment aspect of it. You're in it for those moments where literally when you go to a indie wrestling show, do you know the stories that's going on there, or do you just watch the product?
So it's a mix, because more often than not, when it comes to indie shows, with the way that sometimes, yes, matches are just put together. However, even indie shows do incorporate some kind of story.
They
Someone will come
do.
out to the ring and then they'll, say something, or set up a position of some sort. There is story involved
Yes.
on the indie scene.
Yes. But it's not as dramatic in sports entertainment is what I'm saying. Like,
but even then, so what if it's not as dramatic? There's still story.
Yes. But what I'm saying is that's what that
story like that.
They do. So they do have moments like that. It's just it's not as boom in your face like, oh my God, he went into such and such house and did this and that. It's more of I would say honor code, but it's more of your stereotypical, this is the ace or this is who it is and this is the bad guy. It's good guy, bad guy. That's it. Bad guy comes over here, beats the shit out of you, boom, 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 boom. He creates some heat and he leaves. But there's no like super dramatic, like super in-depth story that we would get from WWE where okay, perfect example. The Hangman and Swerve story, that is the best story they fucking got, like right now, outside of the MJF and CM Punk one. Because there's layers to it, right? Yes, Swerve went to his fucking house, did XYZ with his kid, which led him to burn his house down. This is now cinema. This is now theater in that aspect. And the matches are the fights that you would see in a movie, right? It's what I'm trying to say is like it's very entertainment-y. And yes, that is what we enjoy about wrestling. We want the wrestling, we want the story. That is what's selling us, right? But I think we have both come to the conclusion, even AEW keeps saying it themselves, they are the home of professional wrestling. And really, you're here for the fucking wrestling. And I get it. I would like more story from AEW because I want to champion AEW all the fucking time at one point because they had Penta, they had all my people. They got Jay White. I'm so mad they're not doing shit with Jay White. Jay White is my fucking god, okay? Switchblade, that's my dude. But they don't do shit with him because one, they have too much shit, and then they don't do storylines. So I'm already like on the fence with that. That's why we've always been WWE guys and TNA guys, because TNA for some reason fucking do storylines, but not AEW. But
it's to that idea and that thought, because like when you break it down that particular way, like I mean, because like with the New Japan thing, I feel that, I mean, Grant, I also know that there's a lot of shake up going on with New Japan, because all of like New Japan's like OGs are like phasing out, and now they're New Japan's about to go through their their new generation era.
Yes.
Type situation. And so like I know they're rebuilding their foundation. But it's one of those deals where it's like at the end of the day though, it's like, because yes, the wrestling is great, and yes, there are people who do like to watch it for the wrestling. However, and people on the indie circuit, people who have trained me, they will always say, you can't survive in this business on the wrestling alone. The wrestling is only going to get you so far. you have to entertain. There has to be an entertainment piece. And AEW, granted, they want to be like the indie show that's on TV, but no one's going to watch it on TV if there's nothing entertaining. And that's the reason why WWE stays winning. And it's the reason why TNA is still surviving. Because TNA has continued to be entertaining. The only reason why TNA has been on life support up until this point is just because of bad business decisions on the back end and money problems. If you gave TNA the endless pockets of Tony Khan, TNA would be selling out arenas right now.
Oh, facts. That's I think, but also that's another thing about TNA. TNA has a reputation of multiple years of providing that content that we, as me and you as TNA loyalists, if we see some shit going on with TNA, we're gonna check it because it's given us that for years. And yes, AEW's been around for almost 5 years now, and WWE and TNA have been. TNA has been around for us since the early 2000s, right? So they got years of reputation, years of giving you this thing. And it's crazy too, because AEW in the beginning was starting to do that. They were starting to create a good reputation for themselves. And I feel like a large part of that was because Cody was in their team, and he's a big story guy.
100%.
He's a big story guy. And the Young Bucks aren't. The Young Bucks don't have any capability of telling a story. The only story the Young Bucks have is that Matt Jackson has a bad back. That's it. That's the only thing. Outside of that, they're
super kicks, EVP triggers, and
cease and desist.
Cease and desist, Jesus. And to end off this little bit,
yep,
and whatnot. Earlier this week, I was telling my girlfriend that like I was making an interesting comparison, and I'm like, AEW is potentially Gohan in the Dragon Ball Z series.
Go ahead. Actually, this is gonna be a good clip. Go.
Because to me, and this is just me specifically, I feel that AEW has so much potential that needs to be unlocked. AEW has the potential to be great and amazing, but the problem is, just like Gohan, they hold themselves back from their own greatness. And so, because AEW is kind of sort of constantly butting heads with WWE, right now, with where I think it, like, once again, this is my opinion, but I feel where they're at right now, AEW is Super Saiyan Gohan, while WWE is Cell, is Perfect Cell, and NXT and TNA are the Cell Juniors. Okay. And we're currently waiting for AEW to have their moment where Android 16, who, if we wanted to, we could call New Japan, tells AEW, just let go. Just let it all go. Do what you need to do, because you alone have the power to beat Cell. And then WWE crushes Android 16's head. And then hopefully we get to that point where we see AEW hit Super Saiyan 2 and start making WWE be like, oh, we pushed them too far. Now they're firing back on all cylinders, and they about to beat our ass.
But that's the thing. With that ending, though, Gohan kills Cell. So, like...
I mean, if there is anyone in the game who would have the ability to possibly do anything like that, Now, of course, what I feel would honestly end up happening is we would get to that point where, you know, Gohan beats Cell, Cell spits out Android 18, Cell tries to explode, Goku takes Cell away, and then Cell comes back and he's 3 times stronger than he originally was. And that's where we stay. Like and then
no father
stays,
and son Kamehameha, none of that.
None of that. That's just where we stay, because now we have AEW Super Saiyan 2 showing the fact that, yeah, WWE, we can clap back. And then WWE like, all right, clap then. But then we haven't made the next couple of episodes, therefore we just start over and we, show reruns. But like, I feel,
oh my
at the
God.
end of the day, I feel that AEW has the potential to do the thing that is needed, because in my mind, what happens is when AEW realizes what they got to do and then they actually start doing it and they're consistent with it, kind of thing, it's like, it's then going to make WWE stop being stupid and doing dumb shit and fucking with people's pockets, and it will start making them stop thinking as just a business that's just going to constantly make money, because after a while they're going to realize, oh, wait a second, why is our WWE share looking kind of weak? Like, what happened to our, hey, somebody make that shit good again, because right now WWE is not good. To it, like, as a whole, WWE, they are skating across the surface because they don't have to try. They don't feel challenged enough to have to try.
Okay, that's a deep cut.
They don't feel challenged enough to have to try. And if AEW can make them feel challenged enough, and the only way AEW can make them feel challenged enough is they have to hit them where it hurts. That's in the fucking pockets. But they can't, because once again, WWE, they have their Cell Juniors out here in NXT and TNA counter booking and all this other stuff, trying to hinder AEW from getting any kind of shine. Because yes, AEW had a great pay-per-view last week, but you know what everyone's talking about? Goldberg bitching in that amazing match that happened where Naomi cashed in the title, or cashed in to win the title. That's what everybody's talking about. And sure, Goldberg bitching is bad publicity, but it's publicity taken away from AEW.
You have a point.
And so I just need AEW to let it go. Go Super Saiyan 2.
I would like to also counter a Dragon Ball Z reference. AEW was Future Trunks when he defeated Cell. Not Cell, Future Trunks when he defeated Frieza. And he came up looking badass as fuck. Right? And he was that guy. That was 2020 to the moment Cody left. And that's when he went back to his future, which is literally Cody. We're back to his future, reclaimed by destroying the androids. He's fixing his home. And then we get GT Trunks. And that's currently AEW. GT Trunks all the way up to the new version of Trunks we get in Dragon Ball Super and everything. Because he's not as cool as he used to be. Oh, no. He is a fragment of his previous years. We know he's capable.
But I mean, if you're talking about that future Trunks, that future Trunks also went head to head with a god, though, and held his own.
This is true.
AEW has not done that.
They went ahead. They went head to head, not with a god, because technically they were going back and forth with TNA, but NXT. So it's not a god. But wait, would NXT technically be a god compared to WWE actually being the The people that started the tournament, the two brothers.
The Gods of Destruction.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. We move on.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not going to gaslight AEW. Okay, right? I'm not gonna do that.
I just wanted to throw that in there real quick. But you know what we can finally throw in there is wrestling's biggest fumbles. And we're talking about from any promotion, whatever the case may be, but their biggest fumbles when it comes to wrestlers and wrestlers' biggest fumbles. So
you know what is one of the biggest fumbles right now? The fact that Brody King, the Goon, is not doing anything.
Like has any like direction? Yeah.
That is a fumble if I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Brody is just reduced to being one of the 8 men in a tag team match. Okay, that is Brody King's life right now. Which, I mean, good for him because that's less bumps, and I guess he still gets a little bit of TV time, and so he's still getting paid. But like at the same time, Brody King should be up here somewhere.
Could you imagine him and Bronson Reed?
Up here somewhere. When the Goon, Brody King, goes to WWE, oh. Fam, if the Goon, Brody King, went to Vince McMahon's WWE, belt, instantly. Like,
especially Attitude Era version of him. Oh, man.
Listen, Brody King deserves everything.
He's how I felt about with Penta.
Like, the only thing that I don't get to hear much of him is him talking on the mic.
He doesn't need to, though.
Exactly. He doesn't have to.
Oh.
Listen, Brody King and Braun Breaker.
In a tag team?
The Doghouse.
Nigga.
Telling you.
Bro.
And literally, like, their theme song just starts off with easy. Like,
bro, can you imagine that, my guy? Like, bro, that has to be like they have to have a longer tag team reign than the New Day, than the Usos. I'm sorry, like that should be undefeatable.
That combination of sheer power and explosiveness that they both possess, the spear and the black hole slam, Brody King, one of the best black hole slammers since the retirement of Abyss, who also didn't get a proper send-off, Goldberg, just to let you know. Like,
damn.
Just throw that out. But hey, you know, it is what it is. But yes, I wanted to throw that out there just front and center quick.
I got some more for you, Goldberg. I got some more for you, bro.
Oh, man.
I got more for you, bro. The clip is not empty.
Listen, the clip is not empty, and I got one more clip left. Right?
Yes. Velveteen Dream, I will say, is the worst fumble ever. And a large part of it's him. Because I feel like if he would have laid low after they found out the allegations weren't true, if he would have just laid the fuck low and just chill, not getting into these situations. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say that if Tessa Blanchard and Alberto Del Rio could make it to where they're at right now, like, he could have done the same. Listen, Enzo,
literally real one.
Enzo is about to show up on TNA tonight because he had a promo, and boy, he's looking great. Well, he's always looked good. And it's like Enzo, he went through the same shit. And then what he do? Granted, he was acting a little stupid for a bit. He did act a little stupid.
A little.
I'm putting it lightly. But
Mm.
he did act a little stupid. But afterwards, he got his shit together. He laid low while and did things on the side. And now he's about to come through and he's about to do some shit with I think one of the one Fatu.
Zilla. Yeah, Zilla Fatu, yeah.
Like him and
they're in a tag match or something like that. Yeah.
Like him and Zilla, they're doing something at Slammiversary.
They're in a tag match.
Because like, and so it's like, with that being seen, Velveteen Dream could have been on that wave. He could have easily been on that wave, but he got in his own fucking way.
Bro, him being arrested twice, him in that shirt,
reckless, like all of this shit, like, and the thing was, he was looking like he was going to make a little comeback, but no.
I feel like Shawn Michaels and Triple H are just like, anytime they would see like, okay, Paul Clark, God damn it, bro. Fuck, what are you doing, bro? I don't know why Hunter just didn't like, yo, Paul, yo. Chill the fuck out, okay? We're trying to get you back here.
I wish somebody could. I wish there was somebody on his end that was able to just talk to him and be like, oh, Paul. Clark, chill, calm down. Just sit your ass. Just sit down, shut up, and relax. Let this shit blow. Cause like you have, regardless of how everything came up, at the end of the day, it's not on your record. Therefore, until proven guilty, you're clean, kind of thing. And whether how other people feel about it, freaking, you gotta let that shit bounce. You gotta push forward. You gotta.
He a petty ass nigga, bro.
But terrible fumble.
Petty ass nigga. Petty ass.
Big fumble on his. 100%. It sucks. That's a shirt that now that is a shirt that now I can't wear. I can't just go outside of my Velveteen Dream shirt. Like
man, he could have been something special. It's not something special. And he's just fucking stupid. Anyway, there's that. There's Damian Sandow. Complete fumble.
And that's on the company.
Yeah, that was a company situation. But Damian Sandow, when he was the intellectual savior of the masses, God damn it, man, that boy, he could have been one of the greatest Intercontinental champions ever. I truly feel like he may have gotten like one title run, like one heavyweight title run, just one. Give me one. I'm okay with that. Because I don't really think he should be in the title picture forever. Like, give him that Kofi Kingston run. All right, he gets it. It don't last long, unfortunately. But you got it, right? And just keep him Intercontinental for the rest of the run. And I'm okay with that.
It's weird. I wonder why they did not for it. Because it's not like... Because I feel as if like there was like a weird blind eye that was turned to him. Because like he was good in the ring. His gimmick was over. And even when you gave him that shit gimmick when he was like the Miz's stunt double, like he got that over too.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he had his match with John Cena where he cashed in the Money in the Bank and he retired.
Actually, he went to NWA.
Okay. Which, speaking of NWA, freaking, there was a time where we was talking about NWA, about trying to watch it, and he was like, oh no, it's not around anymore. It still is.
It's not as around as it had like a TV spot. It's like Twitter.
Oh yeah. No, it's indeed a, you can only watch that shit on YouTube. But
Yeah, no, that's what I meant by it's no longer. It had a TV deal and everything. It lost its TV deal because of the Booger Sugar incident. And
that Booger Sugar incident.
I need to find out where I can watch WoW. I wanna see what the product looks like for that nowadays.
Now, what I feel was a fumble. WWE, in my opinion, they absolutely fumbled the Iconics. They fumbled the Iconics, and TNA has done exactly what is needed.
Oh, them. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, it took me a second. I'm like, the Iconics. And I had to remember. But yes.
They are the inspiration now.
Yes. That's why I was confused. I'm like, I remember the inspiration. But yes. Yeah, I will agree. I will agree that it's a huge fumble as well. But with TNA, they have that second opportunity to make something of themselves, so that way WWE can say undeniably, "Hey, bring them back."
Well, I mean, they don't have to now because TNA and WWE they're friends now.
Which is funny too, because when you brought up the real one, I'm surprised. Like WWE said, "Hey, yo, I know you got that nigga going over there. We don't fuck with him over here."
Well, I don't know if they don't fuck with him anymore, especially like after everything is calmed down. And I mean, listen, if WWE could take back CM Punk, then I don't think
CM Punk didn't really do the shit that.
CM Punk sued WWE, bro.
I mean, yeah, but righteously so. They fucking fired him on his wedding day, my nigga.
But listen, all that aside, if you sue a business, do you think they're ever going to hire you back? If you sued where you work at right now, win or lose, do you think they're going to keep you? No.
Nah.
They're not going to bring you back either.
Nah.
But WWE did. Because wrestling is different. And at the end of the day, they was like, hey, listen, I know we had our differences in the past. You tried to sue us and all this other stuff. However, there's money to be made. Are you willing to make it with us again? And CM Punk said, hell yeah, bro.
Why do I feel like, I can literally see Paul in the fucking office with CM Punk, just like, look, man, I know you don't like me and I don't like you, but there is money to be made. Are you wanting to make that money?
Do you want to get this bread with me? And CM Punk thought about it, and after that horrible falling out he had with AEW, he's like, you know what, man? Let's get this money. Tell me when and where and how.
I want to shit on Tony Khan. And he has done it every second he can. Every second.
Listen, I'm telling you.
Let me see who. Dolph Ziggler. I'm surprised you didn't say Dolph Ziggler.
I don't think they fumbled the bag with Dolph Ziggler. Per se, I guess in a sense, like, yeah, they fumbled the bag, but like, I mean, I guess, no, you're right.
Yeah,
they
fumbled the bag on that one.
But I wasn't going to say him per se, only just because of the fact that though they fumbled the bag, they still used him as much as they could in the way that they wanted. Like he still got paid, and I don't think, and I think where he's at right now, he needed to leave. He needed them to go ahead and finish the fumble so he can go and be great somewhere else.
Yeah,
and so, but I also feel like there are people who they fumbled worse than Dolph Ziggler. Like Wade Barrett, you know what I'm saying?
I was about to say Shinsuke Nakamura, but yeah, Wade Barrett too.
Wade Barrett and all of Nexus. Now, I can also agree that they've fumbled the bag with Shinsuke. Honestly, I really feel like WWE does not know how to. I feel like they don't understand or know how to handle people who don't speak English as their first language. Like, I feel
Let's be honest, Japanese wrestlers. Let's just be honest.
Well, I would say Japanese wrestlers, but I also feel like there's a part of me that feels like with Stephanie Valkyrie right now. Like they're it's like they don't know how to push those kind of people because, with WWE they're very promo heavy. You know what I'm saying?
But she speaks English though.
She does, but it's not as good as anybody else. But
Okay, because is it? I don't think I've ever heard her cut a promo. But is it broken English? Because I don't think it's broken English.
it's she speaks. I would say she speaks slightly better English than Io Sky. All right.
Yeah, which is weird because like I've seen Io Sky. I've met her. I've spoken words to her. Her English is not that broken, unless I just didn't notice it. And maybe she probably spoken like short things, but like even when she was
because I've never looked up things or talked to some of these people. Like, there's a part of me that sometimes feel like sometimes I'd be thinking, I'm like, is WWE just trying to play up the fact that they are, Asian and tell them to not speak good English or something? Because like I've heard people talk about with Shinsuke, and say the fact that they've talked to Shinsuke, and he sounds perfectly fine. You can hear him and understand him. But then when in WWE, when Shinsuke be talking, it's all like they make him sound like he's so Japanese that he can only be speaking Japanese type.
I do like the fact that they finally just started letting them speak their native language and just put subtitles. Like I'm perfectly fine with that. But just you then unfortunately would have to only make their promos like taped. And I
And
think
that's the problem.
I think a large portion of that audience just wants to be able to do it live, you know.
And I think that's like the hard pill to swallow when it comes to like the English audience versus like New Japan audiences,
Mhm.
because in New Japan it doesn't matter what language you're speaking over there, kind of
Mhm.
thing. So it's like they accept it all the way through. As where us English people, there I thank God we have not heard it, but like in the past for certain people, like I've heard the the speak English chants and craziness like that with
Or
certain
no,
people.
with EO they said go back to China and she says Japanese bitch.
Yeah, stupid shit like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, sometimes I feel as if that sometimes like the WWE be trying to push an agenda. It's like cause like if I hear people say that Shinsuke speaks fine English, and then when he cuts a promo, it sounds like he always sounds like he's speaking very broken English, and I'm like, all right, who's lying here?
I mean, a perfect example, and I love this when Oscar did this. Give me wolf. I don't know if you ever remember this.
What was she talking
She
about?
she was talking about like wrestling two particular people, and they were giving me an option like who do you want and whatever. She says, "Give me both," and putting so much emphasis on both.
Now, Asuka, I feel is different. I feel Asuka, she just be doing shit just because she be doing shit, bro.
Facts.
Like I, bro,
That's why she's so fucking. Mwah. Yes.
like Asuka, which I love the fact that like when it comes to her character as being this Empress of Tomorrow, like when she came back, what was it? It was specifically when she came out there and she helped out Kyrie,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like I was telling Lily because she was watching it with me, my girlfriend. She was like, I was like, fam, Asuka is in a different universe, bro. When she came out there and saved her and everything, like the look on her face and the way that she like carried and was moving and everything, I'm like, yo, Asuka, she's not here, bro. Like, I don't know where the fuck she is, but she's not here, my guy. And it's like she be so into what she's doing. Like, which is why I love her character, because it's like her character is like where everyone is like on this plane of existence, she's like on two different planes, the opposite direction. And that's like just the mystique of her presence and her character. It's just so funny to me because she's just all like so freaking like mesmerized and shit like that, and the way that she moves, I'm just like, fam, like, I want whatever Oscar on. Like, what's that potion? Like, what's she drinking? What is she smoking? What's she chewing on?
She's just a kabuki warrior, bro.
Like,
and kabuki is that kind of theater too. Yeah, kabuki is like, that kind of theater.
Kind of like kabuki. Like, does that come in edible form? Like, do I smoke that shit? Like,
anytime she does something, like I love that energy. Like, her energy is always great. Like, she's the kind of friend that if you hang out with her, she's gonna be like, yo, let's turn up. You're like, bro, dude, shit. Like, no,
this is not.
Woo!
It's like, let's turn up. Oscar, we're at Denny's. Like, I don't think we need to do that here. Like,
that is her.
They don't even have those kind of drinks. Actually, they do, but
now she's getting her pancakes. She's like, and you like, bro, Oscar, chill. Slice them up. See that?
Like, failed. She just be out here in a different universe, and it's great.
I think she's just like, bro, I'm gonna make the best out of any situation. That's what I think it is.
Thank God she does, because Lord knows.
And that's another fumble, by the way.
Ooh, what?
Oscar's. They fumbled Oscar. I do believe they fumbled her in the main roster. In NXT, phenomenal run. Once she hit that main roster, it's not the same aura.
When you talk about people who came from NXT to the main roster, there is a lot of fumbling that took place during those particular times. There is a list of fumbles that we can go down, specifically with people going from NXT to WWE. Because, like, who is there? We could say
I don't know if I'm doing it right anymore. Undisputed Era.
Well, WWE, they just fumbled them.
Yeah.
And however, it's like WWE fumbled them, and then Undisputed Era they've just never recovered from that fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, poor Adam Cole. Boom. He's
unfortunate his career. Yeah. Well, he may have to retire, so we'll have to see. But I still feel like he'll be a great manager.
I hope not. But like, he'd be great. He would be a great man.
Which is weird because WWE was going to make him that at first, and they did the same to LA Knight, and look at him now. So I really feel like he could have got away with it after a while, dude. Like, just let it sit. And I understand he wanted to be with his boys. But I feel like, bro, if you just sort of sat that one out just a little bit, look at LA Knight right now.
And some people, they just don't want to take that chance. They don't want to. Yeah. Because with what happened with him, I feel what happened with him and then him leaving is the same thing that happened with Keith Lee. Keith Lee came over, and there's like, they made him be Bearcat Keith Lee, and Keith Lee was not feeling that Bearcat shit. But I feel if Keith Lee could have just stuck it out, if he would have let the Bearcat stank melt off of him, in the same sense of how LA Knight let that freaking what was that gimmick where he was the fucking male model shit. Like, if they just, it's that whole thing of like, yo, we just gotta let if you just let the process, go through that, hard beginnings with no fame, then you would have got somewhere. Potential. Like, I feel as if, because you know how they like to test niggas,
Yeah, it's basically like, we're not gonna push you to the moon immediately. Are you willing to take the trials and tribulations of what is the main roster push? Okay, like, because I feel like that's currently with Carmelo Hayes. He ain't doing shit. But once it's his time, nigga,
it's a patience is a virtue.
He will be him. He will be him.
He is waiting. He is waiting patiently now, and I get. No one wants to wait.
Real quick. What if Carmelo Hayes in the Street Profits became a thing.
Did you look at that picture with Street Profits, Carmelo Hayes, and R-Truth?
R-Truth, fuck yes, nigga. Give me that.
In AEW, it probably work.
But WWE probably not.
I don't think so.
I feel like
because the question really would be, what are you doing with it? Because WWE and factions, I feel that like ever since DX, like WWE does not know how to host and run factions properly.
What about the Shield?
I guess Shield would be the next best faction that they've been able to run properly. Like, because the other thing is, unlike how AEW is right now, like AEW, they have lots of factions and they have lots of presentation for these large groups of guys, which is the reason why we have these fucking 8-man and 6-man and 20-man tag team matches and whatnot. And it's like, if there's anything that I know I can say that AEW does well, is they know how to push and promote and run groups of guys. Because I mean, the Don Callis family, they're like damn near 20 motherfuckers deep,
and them niggas be kicking ass, yeah.
And they're making it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because like the Don Callis family reminds me of a group that Antonio made on his wrestling game, which was called House of M kind of thing. And it was kind of like where there was a manager and he would collect these collective of guys and pretty much they would be like under his banner type situation. And it's like, that's what they have going on there. And I like it. Like, and Don Callis is piece of shit as far as a character goes.
He's a good fucking piece of shit.
But it works.
I find it interesting you say that too, because guess what? New Japan is very known for their fucking factions. It's because you got Bullet Club, you got Evil, you got fucking what's the other fucking faction? It's TMDK. There's so many fucking factions in New Japan. Fucking Murder Grandpa, his fucking faction. Something Goon.
Murder Grandpa.
Yeah, that's what they call him, bro, because he literally is Murder Grandpa. Something Goon. Suzuki Goon. So many factions, and they all hold the fuck up. So this is why I make that comment that AEW is just American New Japan. For that reason. But there are so many fumbles. We could be here all day talking about these fumbles. And I honestly would encourage the comment section. Oh, actually, before we leave, I have to do this. I almost forgot. Real quick. This is specifically for one of our audience members. I promised them that I would have you comment on this. I almost forgot before we head out. Because I promised them I was going to make a clip specifically of you saying. Okay, hold on.
Look at this fumble right here. Almost.
Okay. I'm glad I caught it. All right, cool.
Mazuku with the biggest fumble of the week here.
Okay. Let me see here. It's right here. Okay. He says that he believes.
Wait, before you say it, who is you guys? Shout their name out.
Okay. So it's I can't pronounce it correctly. I want to say it's Nader SSG. He says, I don't know. I definitely will agree with you at one point. I believe that Becky is the best best women's superstar in the history of the company. And she had a great character development and was more over than any of the women in the main event WrestleMania would have ever main evented at the first Evolution. Overall, she's the GOAT to me. And I said, let me bring it up, Swag. and see what his opinions on that is.
To you.
I mean, to you, yeah.
No. My response to that is to you.
Damn. That's it.
Fam. To glaze Becky Lynch in such a way of saying that in the company's history.
I did call him out on that. I'm sorry, I called him out.
In the company's history? You putting her over Paige? AJ Lee? Goddamn Trish Stratus? Charlotte Flair? Bro, take us to the outro. Take us to the outro. Take us to the outro, bro.
Damn.
Absolute crazy talk. Absolute crazy talk.
All right.
Kayfabe aside, Becky Lynch is good. All right. And this is, putting all the kayfabe and the bias aside, Becky Lynch is good. And I will say, sure, she did work hard to get to where she is to a certain degree. But the only reason why she got to where she was is because if Charlotte Flair and Bayley and Sasha Banks, okay, if we were to say that all three of them are the people who could fly, Becky Lynch was holding on to their capes. Becky Lynch held on to their capes. And when each of them had a moment where they stopped, Becky Lynch slingshot to get to where she's at now. And that's why she is as big as what she sees, because she held on to them capes. And when her time came, she
Perfect example. Remember in Chrono Trigger when you used to race that guy in the New Future?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how I would never fully race him and I would just boom, boom, boom. And when you get to that finish, like, da, 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 da. It's literally that. It's literally that.
That is Becky Lynch in a nutshell.
Oh,
now,
man.
Of course, and I mean, more power to her for doing it. But I'm not going to sit here and say that she's better than all those girls that I just mentioned. Because when you look at it, she's not the one who main evented WrestleMania first out of all of them. She's not the one who got the big star showing when they were all in NXT. That was no one's talking about the greatest wrestling match of all time for the women's, and her name was in it. That spot belongs to people like Becky, Charlotte Flair, Bianca, Asuka.
I will agree that she's not. I did make this comment. I said I don't think greatest of all time is the question. I would say she is a definite figure, but saying that she's the best in the company's history is a stretch. But
that's more than a stretch. That's like a goddamn, remember them old Stretch Armstrongs fucking
damn. Well, guys, if you would like us to read your comments. Oh, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, glaze your Becky Lynch. You earned that right, bro.
Oh man. I am somewhat there. I do agree on like her being everything, but that's beside the point. If you would like to have your comment spoken out in the podcast in real time, or just in Instagram or whatever social media, please feel free to comment. We will review them. I've been reviewing them lately, especially. We will review it and we'll bring them on the pod. And we may even do an episode of just you guys' comments. I would like that idea.
Listen, I would love to just have an episode of just straight us responding to comments and stuff that have been said and like that. that would be fun.
That would be absolutely fun because I mean we're planning on in the future going to panels and going to events, so this can prep us and get us prepared for that. So, any final thoughts before we end this episode?
Nah, I think everything we like. It's having this being about fumbles. That has been this whole week in a nutshell. Just one thing being fumbled after another. But that being said, I don't think TNA is going to fumble tonight because boy, oh boy, TNA is on fire, and I am hyped for Slammiversary, and I actually can't wait to watch it and possibly make some comments on it because I need some of that. I need TNA. This is like, I feel like this is about to be TNA's like comeback to power, and I'm stoked.
Okay, well then. Speaking of on fire, one of the things that
Rollins get better.
Yes, get better, Seth Rollins. One of the things that also is on fire is every stage in every particular pay-per-view that is always set up. The thing I'm trying to say is, what is our favorite pay-per-views? What is our favorite stages of pay-per-views? And it could be shows too. What is our favorite arenas or stages of wrestling history to us? You know,
best
like
Titantrons.
Best Titantrons too, whatever, stages, whatever. But the whole setup, what is your favorite pay-per-view? And what is your favorite stage? And why? It's going to be the next episode. And I got some great contenders. One of mine is going to be Royal Rumble 2000. Because I love that taxi. I love that taxi, boy. Jeff Hardy flying off that taxi was the magnum opus of that shit for me. But I want to leave it to you guys because especially you're going to probably see it in our comment section. You want to pause it, put them in there. What are some of y'all's? And we look forward to seeing you then. But remember, the ring is sacred. The questions are real. Destruction is always guaranteed. And this is going to be it for us here at the Big Brothers of Destruction podcast. It's the Masaku.
It's your boy, Swag Switch in the building.
And until next time, guys, we will see you soon. Have a good one. Mwah. Swag, end it off with your little catchphrase you always do all the time.
Wait, what's that one? Oh, that's right. Ta-ta for now.
See you guys.